All right, it says YouTube says I am live right now. I am testing out this YouTube live video feed for the very first time, but for some reason I can't hear myself in my headphones. I don't know why that is right now. Let me check to see if I have this yet. It's on. No, there it is. Okay. All right. Well, what happened is I had the microphone off. All right. So let's all right. Microphone was off, but I don't meter. Oh, okay. I don't see a meter of the volume going up or down on my recording. So let me try. Yeah, it's on. Okay. All right. Check, check, check. Microphone check. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. All right. Now it's picking it up. All right. It's picking it up. Now I am a little bit away from my microphone. So that's another reason why it's the signal is pretty low. But like I said, this is my very first recording of this camera. I got to figure out what's up with this web camera. Look at this. I put my hand in. Look at it. Changes the colors right away. I mean, it keeps doing its own thing. It's like I try to dive into finding out the settings for it, and with really not much luck on figuring out how to set the resolutions and everything else on it. But and the quality, for some reason, it's supposed to be a high definition webcam, and I see a lot of great. Well, I think I know why. Of course, it's the lighting. Now that I think about it, it's lighting. Watch. Let me see. I'll turn on the light. There you go. Okay, so now there's lighting, and that makes it less grainier. Of course, it took me to answer my own question. But yeah, at first it wasn't showing high definition at all, and I was just wondering why. And then I realized, low lighting, it makes it look grainy. So right now, basically what I'm doing is I'm testing out my microphone to see how it picks up my audio and the levels of the audio it is picking up, so that I can readjust everything on my next live feed from YouTube. I'm always doing this on Facebook. I've never done the live recording on YouTube, but I feel it's time. It's time for me to start trying to do the live recording on YouTube, and hopefully I won't get the same notifications of playing music that's copywritten and a whole bunch of other stuff that it's telling me I'm doing wrong, that I shouldn't be doing. And hopefully this YouTube video stuff doesn't do that. So I'm hoping for the best on that. But right now I'm just, like I said, I'm testing out the quality of the video and the quality of my sound recording to see how the sound is coming over YouTube. I wish this camera in the back or somewhere around it had a setting that I can just push buttons on to make sure that it is coming out in the full HD, and that it doesn't keep adjusting the white balancing and my color scheme. So that's that. And right now I got, I have it set on mono right now. I didn't remember doing that. Let me set it back to 2-track. Oh, sorry about that. All right, so now it's on a 2-track audio recording setting on my Samsung USB microphone, a G-Track Pro professional USB studio microphone with audio interface. So that's the microphone that I'm using to record this right now. Once again, it's a Samsung G-Track Pro professional USB studio microphone with audio interface. And I had it was switched over. The switch on it has a mono or a 2-track, and it has another switch on the left of that says figure 8 and Omni cardioid. So those are the two switches I have to select from. I have a mute button here. So you couldn't hear me there, I'm sure, because I couldn't hear myself talking because I do have my headsets that let me hear what I'm saying. I have a microphone volume control on the top. I have three buttons, or not buttons. I have three knobs on below the mute button. So first it's the mute button. Then below that is the microphone volume. In the down below that in the middle is the instrument volume level, which is for setting the levels of music or instruments that I plug in directly into the mic. I can plug instruments directly in the mic and play a guitar or a keyboard or something like that. But I have my mixer plugged into it right now. Now I know I have the volumes pretty high on the microphone. It's at 3/4, and I know it's pretty high because every so often a certain phrase or a word I say, I hear a thump in my headphones, signifying that it's probably at the peak level, and it's thumping the cardioid receivers in there, and then thus my microphone getting a thump sound in there. Then below the third knob is the volume, main volume for the whole microphone. So main volume, if I lower the main volume, so that's like that. See, so I'm lowering the main volume. I have it at a 50% straight up 12 o'clock position. I have instrument volume all the way down because I do not have my mixer on with any music playing through it right now. But I am gonna go ahead and turn that on shortly and then test out the sound coming through it. And then, like I mentioned earlier, my volume for the microphone is at a 3/4 level. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to test out two things. From my position here, I'm just going to turn down the volume to a 50% or a straight up 12 o'clock position at 50% microphone volume. And then as I look back on the video, I will check to see how that sound came out and how the quality is at that 50% level. And then what I'm going to do is turn it back up to 3/4 so I can hear myself in the microphone. So there's 3/4 once again. I'm also going to switch the switch on the left side from figure 8 to Omni and see what that does, while the switch on the right is in 2-track mode. So let's try that. Now, just a reminder for myself that when I first started the recording, the microphone was set at mono, and I switched it over to 2-track. So the first audio of the recording is the mono quality. Then I switched it over to 2-track. So I will have to note the differences, if any. So now I'm going to switch the figure 8 over to Omni and see. No, actually there's cardioid. Well, I stand corrected. I didn't realize there was 3. I thought cardioid was just explaining what those switches were doing, but it's actually a figure 8. Actually, I keep hearing thumping. I think I hear thumping. Hey, Robert. You're able to tune in. So right now I'm testing out my microphone and the sound quality and all that kind of stuff. I'm switching my buttons on the microphone. My volume, I'm sure it's a little loud because I keep getting thumping action going on in my headphones. So I'm going to lower the volume to a 50% level. That's 50% straight up on my mic volume with my microphone setting. Right switch at 2-track, left setting switch to cardioid. Now I'm going to lift the microphone up and bring it closer to my mouth, and I am going to turn around the mic to see if it's recording on both sides. Check. Okay, so it's not. So this is the very first time that I'm realizing that I had I had the ability to select a single pickup from the front of the mic. All the other recordings that I have done, I had recorded on both the front and back, which is figure 8 setting. Gaming all day. What time you heading out for the shirts? Well, I looked at how do you hear me, by the way? Let me put this back down. Eventually, I want to have the microphone around this level. I have to put a table of some kind right here so that I can have it close to my mouth. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it back down like I had it before. And what I'm doing is I'm testing out all the recording. I'm testing out all of the record settings on the microphone to see what is going to be the best quality. I'm going to raise my microphone volume. Okay, so I raised the microphone volume, I have it set at cardioid. It was set at figure 8. And I just realized today that, excuse me, there's a middle setting and then an omni setting. So I have to read my instructions on the microphone itself, which I haven't taken the time to do so because I just basically, on mostly everything I buy, I just open the package and get right in and dive right in using my above common sense to figure things out and get it going. And using the functionality of whatever I'm buying. Until I run into a snag that I don't understand, then I'll go ahead and start reading something on it. But right now, I have it set at 2-track cardioid setting in the middle, less than 3/4 microphone volume. Instrument volume is down because I have no instrument connected, or my mixer is connected, but I don't have it on or music coming through. Then my main volume is set at 50%. Okay, you hear me fine, but what does that fine mean? Does that fine? Okay, from where I'm at right now, at the level of the distance of the microphone, and I have the microphone volume set at 3/4 or a little less than 3/4, how well is fine? Like 20% good, 50% fine, 75% fine, or 100% fine? And clear, not broken up. So now that I have it set on cardioid, I'm going to put it back to mono and see what that does to the quality of the sound. Okay, I just set the switch on the right of my microphone to mono, which means one straight track recording. And basically, because I'm not laying down any recording tracks, mono would be fine because I'm not recording this on a track for singing. If I was singing, 2-track would be fine because I would like to be able to separate the tracks. But at the same time, it's always good to have 2-track option instead of mono. So I'm going to set it back to a 2-track option. And that's that. 2-track cardioid setting, and all the other explanations I did on the volume controls. So, like I said, this is my very, very first recording on YouTube live, and I'm testing out my micro. I keep getting those little pounding, little fluctuating speaker sounds in my headset, which means the volume levels might be a bit high, and it's picking up the fan up above, which I usually don't have on. I usually have that fan off. I have the light on. Usually I don't have it on, but in order to make it less grainy, I turned it on because when I look at the video quality of my other recordings on Facebook, it doesn't look very high def. This is a Logitech high def video webcam, high def webcam, but sure doesn't look high def to me. So now what I'm going to try to do, there's an omni setting on here, which means I guess it covers the volume all the way around the microphone. So I'm going to lower the volume first because when I turn it on, it really fluctuates my speakers in my headphones and it's thumping like crazy. So I'm going to lower this. Okay, it's on omni setting now, which means I think it's picking up all the way around the mic. See, so I'm tapping the microphone. Yeah, see, so it's picking up all around the mic, everywhere. It's picking up all around the microphone. So if I'm talking, it's bouncing off the TV and then coming to the back end of the microphone, it's picking up that as well. So it's omnidirectional. That means it's picking up every sound pretty much all around me, which is okay if I'm doing an instrument recording with numerous people in the room. I hear you fine. I didn't hear what you said about the shirts. You sound lower. Okay, yeah, because I had the volume lower. All right, so let me turn it back to cardioid. All right, there's cardioid, which means it's just the front of the mic picking up my recording right now. Okay, so that's the front of the mic. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more, 3/4 of the way. All right, so there's 3/4 of the microphone volume right there. All right, so how does that microphone sound? And I'm just realizing, I don't know how fast or slow you're typing there, Robert, but your comments are coming out really slow there. I don't know if I have a real-time chat setting here. Top chat. Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Live chat. All messages are visible. New, hold potentially inappropriate messages for review. Chat messages will be flagged in chat for you or moderators to approve or remove them. You can turn this feature off and on anytime in your chat setting. New, hold potentially inappropriate messages for review. Should I turn that on or leave it off? Yeah, that sounds how it is. Okay. You see it like 10 seconds after I sent it. Damn. That really sucks for okay, I turned on like live chat. It's really hot today. There's no air conditioning on. I only have this fan on and a slight headache. So I'm not gonna participants, pop out chat, toggle timestamps. Okay, good. So I put the timestamps on, which it didn't have before. Well, it says like a minute. It takes like a minute for it to display. Gaming all day. Yes, it is very hot. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a minute each time it's sending out the messages. So see, that took another minute. So about the shirts. Yeah, so I was looking online for those stores. And those stores they're still too expensive. I thought there was a 5 for 10 on Whittier Boulevard in Pico Rivera, getting off the 605 freeway. I thought there was, but I'm not. I think that was wrong. Okay, I'm gonna close my door there so I don't make too much noise or the volume doesn't travel outside. Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is order online from that, like the place where you order on Amazon or eBay or whatever that is. You have search location for that store. Yes, I did. Or maybe try swap meet. Yeah, well, the swap meets are still expensive as well. The place that I go to where I usually do my printing for stuff. I think, because they're trying to make money. They're trying to make money off of. They're trying to make money off of their T-shirts. So, if they're buying them for $2, I'm sure they're selling them for $3 or $4 because they're trying to make money. So they're not going to be, at the $2 range or less. So the only way we're going to get it at $2 is like to go to the place that you said that you were ordering them from. What is the place that you order from that you said they were for like $2 with free delivery? I wonder if this has anything to do with it. No, that's just the volume for my TV. Okay, I was trying to raise my volume on my TV. Oh, okay. No, I'm saying blank shirts. Yeah, I know. It's for blank shirts. Blank shirts are... There was one site that I found, Gildan, 500 heavy cotton, 5.3 ounce heavy cotton T-shirts for Gildan. There's a site called Shirt Max. And for white, up from small to extra large, they're $1.59. And then for colors, they're $2.75 for small up to extra large. When you get a 2 times extra large, that's like $4.99. It's like $4 for that. Let me look again. For screen black, yeah. So black, 2 time large is $4.95 for 1 2 time large. And if there's a lot of big heavy people out there, wanting my T-shirt for free, they're not going to be getting free T-shirts for me at $4.95 a pop. They're either going to settle for the free. I think the free shirts that I'm going to have to give out are mostly the white ones, because the white ones, there's the cheapest. They're the least expensive at $159 from small to extra large. So I'm going to have to make white T-shirts with my print on it for free. When I give those away, I'm going to give only whites away, only white T-shirts. Very special times with special people will I give the black out. No, I'm saying blank shirts. Oh, okay. They're $2.75 now. Oh, so they went up. Yes, that's where I bought mine at. I got the Hanes from there. Well, these are Gildan. I like Gildan better. I don't like Hanes very much. Charge for the blacks. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's one person for sure that gave me her address and where to send a free T-shirt because she guessed the song that I was playing right. So I have to give her, I have to send her that T-shirt. I have to. I will just like I said, right now I'm just testing this out. I know eventually I have to get my light, and put it up in front of me to give me more front light. I keep hearing my headphones flutter inside every so often. You're wearing Hanes, laugh out loud. Is this a Hanes? Well, okay. The sand color one. Oh, the sand color. Yeah, that's true. That one is. I didn't really take time to think of how it felt. Okay, let me see. This is it right here, Hanes. Yeah, it is a Hanes, and it's tagless, which is good. Yeah, well, that's not bad. The quality, yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, the collar, I mean, the seam, the collar neck or the neck is quality is pretty good. The quality of the thickness is pretty good. But the gilding is also good. What I'll have to do is try getting, like a couple of Gildens and then a couple of Hanes and a couple of another brand, three brands. I got to buy like two of each and see the qualities on each of them to see which one I prefer best. Obviously, for the giveaways, it could be Hanes or the least expensive shirts, which is $1.59. But it's a nice shirt and feel. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's not bad. So, it gives me. So I just clicked on. There are three buttons on the right side of each post that you write, and it says report, remove, put user on timeout. I can put you on timeout if I wanted to. Hide user on this channel or add moderator. I can add you as a moderator too. But I could put you on timeout. Cool. Yeah, so can you see me okay? Through what are you looking at me from? Your laptop or your phone? I wish I knew how to set there was a level setting on this. What's this? There's an arrow button. End streaming. End stream. I don't want to. There's an arrow after in between the microphone and end streaming. I don't know what that is. Let me see. Oh, okay. It's an arrow. I clicked it. I just did it. It says I could share it on Facebook and all the other links. The only place I can share it is at. Oh, cool! It gives me a time frame where I can start to share from, and I can copy it. And oh, it all disappeared there for a minute. All your stuff disappeared. It's up to you. Yeah, add me. Let me see how that works. So if someone is out of line, I'm on my phone. Let me see what it does. Let me see. Add moderator. Gaming All Day is now a moderator for your channel. It's getting hot in this t-shirt. I only put it on for this test of this live feed. But I would be shirtless right now if I had a choice because it's hot in here. I got to take a shower, get cooled down. Yeah, it's frustrating. I was looking at some websites. I was trying to find out prices in downtown LA for just blank t-shirts. It's almost like I have to drive down there and check them out. But a lot of them are closed on Sundays. That's another thing that was bummed me out. I was looking and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to drive down and check them out. And then I was noticing the date, the times they're open and all that. And Sundays, a lot of them are closed on Sundays. So that didn't help. Say something. Well, I guess I could type something. Let's see if and Can you see this? Can you see this? I just typed something. There's a happy face emoji. Okay, so I can add emojis. Let's see, what am I gonna? Oh, here's my main emoji that I put on my a lot of my posts. Remove, put user in timeout, hide user, remove moderator. What do you see as a moderator? What options does it give you? Gaming all day. You got a little tool icon there that shows moderator. Yes, what? What is that yes for? And your name is in blue now instead of white. So it gives me all these emojis that I can select from. Bunch of emoji stuff. I can select from emojis. What is this? Emoji. Ta-da-da. What the heck is that? Oh, microscope headphones. You know, it's too bad that too bad we couldn't communicate on here. Like you asked me if I can see this. You can see it through a microscope. Headphones. So you're on your headphones and you're looking through a microscope. All right. Let's see here. Participants. Pop out chat. Toggle timestamp participants. There's just two of us. Okay. I can put people on timeout or mute them or block them. Oh, okay. Just like what I can do. But now the trick is to not abuse that power, because if you start abusing it as a moderator, I can take you off of being a moderator. You would have to ask me first if it's worth taking. I mean, unless it's like super obvious where somebody comes in saying, "Hey, you effing suck," then that's obvious. Add what the Abdi Willie? Hi, who's Abdi Willie? What, did you call somebody in to check this out too? Okay, so what I'm going to do, since I'm going to turn on my mixer and see if the music is going to be able to come out on here like it. You can call me Willie. Okay, let me hold on. Okay. Okay, so what? All right, man, it's hot. I don't know if you can pick up that fan. Are you picking up the fan noise? Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm just testing out my Samsung G-Track Pro professional USB studio microphone with audio interface. That's what I'm doing right now. So now I have my mixer on. I'm going to play some music. And actually, let me turn on my second monitor over there so that I can put my music over there. So right now, this is a test of what I'm doing here. I'm testing out my microphone, testing out my web camera for the very, very first time here on YouTube, as I'm always using the FB site for live feeds. But I hear a couple of people that I know saying that they're going to go switch over to YouTube, because they're getting blocked or shut down or whatever a lot on FB. Is this your first live stream? Yes, it is. This is my very first live stream. Never did a live stream on YouTube before. So usually what I'll do, though, is I put these on so that I could look a bit cooler. And my son is on here. Robert is on here. He is my moderator. So if I'm not paying attention, he can answer any questions for you or keep up to date with comments while I'm drifting off over here paying attention to other stuff. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for some music that I can play because this is a new microphone that I'm testing out. I have it patched into my mixer patched into it. My mixer is patched into my microphone, and I'm going to play music through it so that I can see if the quality is coming out great or if it's working. Okay, so put that over there. Okay, here we go. I'm going to raise the volume on the music and tell me if you hear that. Seems like it's coming out pretty low. Let me change that. Okay. I switched my setting. I went back to figure 8 because I was getting a lot of humming and buzzing noise off of the cardioid. Okay, so I'm playing some music in the background. I just need to know if you can hear that. Oh yeah, I know. This is karaoke music tracks that I purchase. I subscribe to this service. So I'm playing music from a subscribed service of karaoke tracks right now. Is this your... I don't hear the fan. Okay, good. Nice. You look professional. Thank you. Oh, I know what I'm missing here. Where did it go? Wow. Okay, I left it in my other room. I have my other microphone, props. I leave my props in the shots, in my shot space, my airing space. My microphone is it's a prop, but it's an active microphone that I use when I'm singing and recording my videos that I post on FB and YouTube. That's a real camera. That is a DSLR Nikon camera right there. And I also have my other microphone. It's a prop that I put right here. It looks like I'm doing radio DJing stuff. So, yeah, he has a very expensive or half-price brand names. Wow, how did you know my name? Okay, well, now you said my name. Your dad just told it. I know I left all bad. Willie Smiley. Nope. Can barely hear. Oh, you can barely hear it. Okay. Loud. Well, Willie can hear it loud and clear, he says. We hear it, but at a low hearing. Okay. Yeah, and I have the volume pretty high on there. So let me see. Let me check stuff in the back here and make sure it's connected properly. Yeah, it looks like it's connected properly. Okay, so let me try raising the volume on that a little bit more to see if it does anything. Oh, I know it. Let me try to do something on mine. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to try something else. All right, here goes. It's weird because those are downloaded. Those are tracks that I have. It is coming directly from my computer. Let me check that. Huh. Let me check something. Huh. I'm just trying all kinds of stuff here. Okay. I'm going to raise the volume on the soundtrack. No, it's weird. It's not. Okay, something's not right. I had this working really nice last time. And this time it's not doing it the way I wanted it to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something else here. I'm going to try like what I was doing the last time I was live on FB. So I'm going to try this and see if this comes out any better. Okay, so okay, I'm going to see if these tracks come out any better. Yes, I am military and a veteran, military veteran. Okay. Something's okay. I'm putting on mono. That's not working. Something's not working with my volume control now. Okay, something's not right here. Something's not working right on my microphone. Stand by. I just switched it off, turned it on. Sorry, I'll get right to you again. Really, I'm sorry. I don't mean to ignore you, but I'm just like really perplexed about yeah, either one. The volume control, because the last recording I was doing live, I was able to adjust the volume of my feed coming from my mixer, and now I'm not able to adjust the sound. So I'm a bit confused here and not happy about that. I don't know if it's a thing with the YouTube recordings and what it's doing to my microphone. Okay, so let me get back to reading and answering some of this stuff here. We hear about a lower. Are you military veteran? Yes, I'm an Army veteran. I enlisted in 1979, and I'm a commanding officer in a naval youth organization right now, which we enroll new cadet recruits or seaman recruits from 10 years old. They start in Navy League. Oh, now I'm able to. Oh, okay, that's my mic. I was saying now I'm able to adjust the volume and stuff on the recording. No, that was the volume on my microphone. Okay. I don't know why I'm not able to adjust my audio for my mixer, but that means I would have to go and check it out. What I think is happening is that my mixer has to be on when I boot up my computer so that it reads it and the microphone will know how to adjust that. Here's a mute button. Okay, that was a mute test. So yeah, okay, so I was Air Force fighter pilot some years back. Now I fly for a major airline. Nice, bro. I have a friend that's trying to join the Air Force. Back in my days, selection was very difficult. Now I think it's a bit relaxed. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let me pause this recording so that you don't hear all of that in the background. So yeah, I have to say, just from this quick experience on the YouTube Live thing, for right now, at least as it is, and taking under consideration that it could be my microphone that I need tweaking or adjusting or figuring out, or it's the YouTube live feed thing itself that I'm disliking a bit compared to the FB, the Foxtrot Bravo site. I mean, I say it like it's a secret, or I'm giving away. I don't want to say the whole name because I'm on YouTube and I don't want to be promoting the other site on here. And then they say, hey, you're using content from another site. So I'll just call it Foxtrot Bravo. Or if it's no big deal, people say things like that all the time on their recordings of YouTube, then I'll just say the whole word. But yeah, so I'm a little disappointed in the adjustment things that I can do on the front pages of the screen here. Basically, I have no control of the microphone volume on the YouTube page that I see right now, other than just muting the microphone like this. I just muted the microphone and kept speaking, and then posting it on all my social media accounts and end the stream. That's all the selections I have. And on the Foxtrot Bravo site, I was able to right click on my stream and it would give me a selection of adding video controls to pause it and things like that. So I got to figure out what's up with the recording, but that'll be for a little bit later. Right now, let me get back to reading. It is relaxed, I would say, although I have not truthfully been in an Air Force recruiting office and heard, what they say and how the process is, but I'm sure it's more relaxed than usual. Take your time. Oh yeah, okay, no worries. Yeah, I think I'm done with figuring, just tweaking things right now. I told my okay. Wow, that's incredible. Yes, and taking good care of health. I would love to watch your live stream in the future. I got to get my live stream in as well. Yeah, as you can see in the background there, I have my Navy flag and my little puppy there. Excuse my rack or my bunk. I just got off of it and didn't fix anything this morning because I just jumped right into testing this out instead of doing anything else. But there's my flag. My rank is up there. I have 2 ranks up there. I have my lieutenant junior grade rank right there, and then I have my full lieutenant rank right there. That's my current rank right now, the lieutenant. Navy rank, because lieutenant rank is 2 bars, silver bars, and it's equivalent to a captain. But like I said, this is we're part of the Navy family. We wear all uniforms and items for the most part that are all Navy. We were created back in 1962. We were commissioned through Congress. We are a federally chartered naval youth organization created by the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of the Navy as a naval youth group or youth organization. We are sponsored by the Navy League of the United States, and we've been around since 1962. And it's easy for me to keep track of how old our organization is because I was born in '62, so I always know how old it is. Although my birthday comes before the birthday of the organization. The organization's birthday is in September. Mine is in June. So it's such an honor to see you live. Well, thank you. It's an honor for you to have you here joining us and checking it. By the way, if I may ask you, how did you know I was on live? How did it pop up for you? Did you just randomly were looking on YouTube and all of a sudden it popped up with a live feed of somebody? Or I was just curious on how you were able to know that I was on live here. I have a huge respect for Navy personnel. Well, thank you. Hey, and I also, Willie, I have a huge respect for all military personnel serving and past service veterans. And I'm still in a serving capacity with my Naval Youth Organization. I am the commanding officer of a Naval Youth Organization unit. And I've been commanding it for 4 years now. Soon it'll be in November. It'll be going on my 5th year as the commanding officer of the unit. The covers, the 8-point covers that you see right here, those are going to be faded out pretty soon, totally in 2020. 2019 is the official time where everybody should start transferring into the new, I was going to say the new, it's been around. Navy personnel have been wearing this. This is the NW Type 3. This is NW Type 1. This is what we call slang. We have a slang name called blueberries. Here we call these, the slang name is the guacamole. These are the guacamoles. So these are the uniforms that we're all transferring in. Like I said, they're new to us because we haven't worn them. But these are the ones that we're all transferring into, and these will eventually be faded out and discontinued. So we will be into the new 8-point covers. Here on this blue, this cover, we have our patch on it, our unit organization or our organization logo patch or flash. Here I would believe we would not do that because it has our logo, the ace, we call the ace. This is our ace right there, the anchor, Constitution, and the eagle. So it's the ace. This is our logo. This is our Navy logo, and we use the Navy uniform. So that is embedded. It's embroidered on this cap right here, right in the front right there. It's embroidered. So there should be no more rank putting on or patches or anything like that, because they're trying to minimize the amount of money it costs for sewing things on. And I don't know why I'm going on and on and on about all my uniform stuff and items like that, but I'm a commanding officer unit. I do this. I recruit. I recruit new youth, new parents, and everybody to come on board. So forgive me if I'm just going on and on about that. Okay, let me read. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I was randomly looking for a live stream, found yours by chance. That's so informative. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you very much. And I have no problem saying these things because, if there's a lot of parents out there that have their own kids that are young, they're youth, and they're at home couch potatoing in on games, or they're not really being active in their life, this kind of program or organization is something that is good for the parents to look into, for them to get them involved, because it one thing for sure, it gives them the discipline that they should have. Because we're yelling out to them to get information, get at attention. Well, thank you. I appreciate you loving to hear about that. But also, hey, you could talk to me about your career and what you did. I would love to hear about that as well. What you did. You said you're a fighter pilot. What kind of? A matter of fact, I'm going to stop what I'm saying. But like, what aircraft did you fly in? And what era, what time frame was that? In the 80s, 90s? Whatever, earlier than that or recent, what kind of aircraft were you in? Were you the pilot, or you were the co-pilot, or you were the EWOL officer? Oh, okay. So my son is he's putting a warning out there to Hans. I guess, I don't know. Hans is not chiming in or something. I didn't even know there was a other person on here. Okay, so you were a pilot. Okay. So there's one out of two questions, but now I'm going to add another one to that two-part question. Used to fly in the 90s and then stopped flying for some time. Okay. Where were you stationed at? What part of the country or out of country? Then joined a major airline. Okay, got it. Well, I used to be an avid lover of Flight Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim, and I flew that since its conception and it came out. I started computering back in the mid 80s when computers first started coming out. They started coming out with the IBMs, but they're so expensive. I had to purchase a clone. The clones are a lot less expensive, and I was able to piece it together the way I wanted to. I could buy my floppy disk drive in there. I can't remember if they had hard drives back then, or if it was just I can't remember if it was the floppy drive and then it had to boot. I do remember we had to boot up everything with DOS. We had to go to the C prompt and type in DOS shell, C drive and things like that to get. There's just so much about that back in those days. But right on. So great. Now, are you still flying with the major airline, or are you retired from that, or what's the deal with that? Yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim is a driving force behind many of the current aspiring pilots. Yep. Back in those days, it was so primitive. Yes, it was. Oh, right on. Well, blessings to you, Willie, and that you stay safe out there flying, and that you always go up and come home safe, and doing long hauls. Okay, when you said that, it reminded me immediately. What popped in my head is Castaways. I'm sorry, that's not a great thing to bring up because that wasn't a pleasant movie. For what happened, but I mean, it just immediately dawned on me when we said long haul. Wow, long haul. So, okay. So now, is this with passengers or like cargo, long haul? Oh, so you added Hans to a timeout. Okay, all right. Did he do something? He must have done something bad, or he just wasn't talking or something. Passengers mostly. Oh, okay. Wow. The closest thing I got to the passengers, of course, the Microsoft Flight Sim now, in 2018. And I haven't flown it in a while because I try to give up, for now at least, a lot of my simming. I was simming like crazy. I was on Arma 3, all the updated Arma 3 stuff. I was part of a I don't want to say clan. It was a group. I was part of the 506, the 101st 506 Airborne Unit military simulation group. I forgot how to even describe it, but I was part of that. And every Sunday and then some, I was on that religiously for like 2-3 years. And then Flight Sim, and I was so into Flight Simulator. I love it. Yeah, I still on my computer, I have airplanes so detailed. I purchased, certain aircraft. I purchased airports. My home airport is here in Los Angeles, so I would fly out of Los Angeles Airport, LAX. I have airports I purchased in Vegas and Hawaii and a few others around the world that I purchased. So let me see. I just want to make sure the noise or the volume wasn't coming out on the speaker as well on my TV, because then you would hear an echo. But anyway, as you can see, I have a T-shirt here that says DJ Smooth on it. It might be backwards on your end. Matter of fact, now that I just realized, that's the strangest thing. Gee, no, I guess it's not. Well, I was going to say, because on the other channel, when I'm on Foxtrot Bravo, this comes out on this side. It comes out correct. It's not reversed. On YouTube live feeds, it's reversed. It's going from right to left. And on the other channel, it's from left to right. I don't know. My camera and all that is correct. All that is correct there. This is correct. I was just going to say, I was going to show you, I don't want to take all that down. I have my flight stick and my throttle. Yes, Sims are they can be. For flight sim, you can fly yes, and I have PMDGs. I have my livery that I use most of the time is the Southwest Airlines, because that is the major airline hub over here in LAX, and it's one that I used to fly a lot. Those are so detailed. Yes. Oh, in the cockpit there, all the switches, and what's awesome is you can select, if you want novice or professional flight time and flight startups. In the beginning, I was so excited about learning everything, so I started reading the manual, learning how to prep the airplane in the beginning, like real time, how to prime everything, how to get everything started, your pre-flight, doing all your pre-flight checks, starting up, all your pushbacks, everything, getting on the microphone and talking to your passengers, and everything, talking to the tower, matter of fact, more than the passengers, asking them for pushback permissions and authorizations to get on the runway. I mean, it was just so, I felt like I was a pilot, a virtual pilot. It was so awesome. It's such a nice hobby. Yes, for some of us, flight sim is a religion. Yes, yes, it can get very detailed. And I'm I'm a very critical person, and I love super detail. If it's not detailed enough and it doesn't convince me and it doesn't draw me in, I don't even mess with it, because I'm a realist. I'm a realist, and I like real things. I like things looking real as can be. I want it looking detailed, and it's immersing me as if I'm really there. And when a simulation like that, like Flight Sim 10 does, in Arma 3, they're so detailedly realistic that being a realist, that draws me in. There are many games that I don't play, but they are detailed. But the thing is, it's fantasy. A lot of fantasy stuff. I do like the Call of Duty franchise, and there's another one, Call of Duty and something else. But I do love those franchises. I did play them for quite a while, but sometimes the realism of it could get a little distorted. It could be a little, well, that's a little crazy. I wouldn't do that, kind of thing. But back in the days when Arma first started, I remember, or was not, I don't even, I'm just going to stop what I was going to say because I don't remember the full story of what I was going to explain there. I was going to talk about a simulation of America's Army. There you go. Okay, I got it back in my brain. America's Army. I used to play that pretty religiously as well when it first came out. I am planning to buy Arma 3 to experience the real war sort of feeling. Yeah, the beauty of a lot of these simulations, it's up to you of what you want to do with it, whether, the time you take with it, how immersed you go with it, how serious you take it. They do have the Apache helicopter that you can fly. They have the Chinooks, the 47s. They have the A-10s in there. They're bringing in new aircraft that you could download, the F-18s, the F-16s. They have the M1 Abrams 1, the M1 Abrams 2. They have the Bradleys, all your infantry equipment that you need, frag grenades, M2 frag grenades, M16A2s, M4A1s. They have all of that stuff. So, when I get into something like a simulation or gaming, it's got to really be convincing me that I'm really in this immersed game. And being that I was part of that military group on Arma, there was a lot of veterans in our unit, and active reservists, active duty personnel, and the clan was very tight, or not the clan, the group was very tight. The military simulation group was very tight, and when we trained in our trainings and we went on missions for scenarios, you would hear them barking orders at us, our squad leaders, our platoon leaders, like as if we were really out there, because they knew their stuff. They're veterans, or they served, and they knew the lingo. They knew how to command their squads or their platoons, and it made the immersion so much more realistic, as opposed to just getting someone that has never been there or done it, and they're trying to be that way, or they learned it by the book. When you get a real hands-on veteran that's been there and done that, the experience is so much, the level of the experience is so much higher and so much more pleasant. Anyway, but yeah, so, okay, so Robert, what are you doing? What are you up to? And yes, it is. So where you hail from, Willie? What part of, are you in the States or are you out of the States? Because I don't know if the A of the icon you have on here is for Air Force, because you don't have a picture on your icon at all. Oh, okay, Roger that. Yeah, and I can understand. One doesn't want to get like super critical about detailed locations, and I totally understand. We don't want to give out. We don't know who is who around here. You don't know if somebody's nutty and crazy. You don't want them knowing all your details. Oh, it's a default. So, are you a new YouTuber or? Oh, okay, New York. Roger that. Okay. Yeah, I'm in California. We're out in California. We live out here on the West Coast. I've been out in the East Coast only one time in my life when I was serving in the Army. I was stationed out in Fort Dix, New Jersey, and on a leave, our first leave, 3-day leave that we had on a 3-day pass, I went with a few buddies out to New York, and we went to the Big Apple, and we saw the Broadway. We were on Broadway, and we saw the split with the Coke sign, all that experience. But we were in uniform, so this was back in the early 80s, very early 80s, beginning of the 80s. And man, every hooker that was out there, or somebody that could take money out of us, saw us in uniform. They were just like hovering over like vultures on a dead carcass. Just not to say that they're bad over there, the people are bad. I'm just saying those particular people, they were on us. Just, hey honey, do you want this? Hey honey, you want to? There's a party over here. We could take you to a really nice party, and it's fun, and come with us and go here and go this, and this, like and this is going to cost this, and this is just this much. And I didn't realize I was only 18 years old, so I didn't realize how much of a target we were for them trying to get our money. And our money went really quickly those first that first time that we were off base for a leave, and we learned really quickly that next time we go off base like this, we are not going to go in uniform and be less of a target. Although those that are experienced, that are out there, that want to take your money, they can read you and know, oh, these people are military. They're hanging together as a group. They got the buzz cuts. They look like it. The way they're acting. So you got to really change your demeanor when you go out to a certain area. When you're out on leave, and you have to carry yourself like, hey, you've been there before. You know the place. And, you're a part of the scenario. Robert, are you still there? I haven't seen my son posting anything for a long time. But anywho, I've been on an hour now, so I'm going to be logging off now, and I got to troubleshoot this audio issue that I've been having with this music, which is this. Yeah, see, my audio, I don't know, that is the weirdest thing. Why my audio adjustment is not working. I was able to turn it off completely and you couldn't hear anything. And now it doesn't allow me, it doesn't afford me that option. Well, you're welcome, Willie. But I'll be trying to go on live here again another time, and talk about. I was thinking of coming up with some kind of scenarios of discussion. Should okay. Yeah, next time I get on live, I'm gonna bring up some discussions. I am on the freeways a lot because I work in the film industry. And last night, I was like almost ran off the freeway by this crazy guy, and he had a Uber and Lyft sticker on his car, and and I wanted to talk and discuss and have open discussions about what crazy things have happened to you on the freeways, what stories that you have of nutty things that have happened to you with people driving, not using their turn signals, cutting you off, just driving in front of you, taking your parking spots. I want to hear about all the road raging and how we can handle and solve these kind of issues, and other than being very calm and not letting it get to you. But I want to have some open discussions and live call-ins as well. We're going to have live call-ins, live discussions, and all that good stuff on some of the upcoming live feeds. But if you want to mark down, if there's a way for you to mark down, Willie, my page, or subscribe, you're more than welcome to subscribe. And this way you'll get a reminder of whenever I'm on again. Okay, great. Try to watch it next time. Not stuck on some long haul. Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's wonderful. I feel privileged to get to know you, Air Force veteran, a pilot. You're doing your thing. You're flying now with passengers and all that. That's a privilege to know somebody like you. I mean, it's a wonderful person to know, to be able to, and I can relate to a lot of that only because I was a simmer, and I know a lot of the. If you talk about certain things, ailerons or the whatever, wings, engines, whatever you're going to talk about, I could understand quite easily because of the years of flight simming I've done. But please sub to mine as well. Oh yeah, my son's saying if you would have subscribed to his as well. Okay. It's a privilege to launch Navy personnel live as well. Hey, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Willie. Well, you stay blessed, you and yours, and we hope to see you again back on another live feed that's entertaining and informative. But until then, Willie, be safe out there, man. Outstanding. All right, son, I'm going to be logging off, and then I'll be talking to you a bit later. Okay. Salutes to you. Nice salute. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. There it is. Salute to you, Willie. My first salute. Okay. Bye, guys. Roger that. Thank you for that salute back. Okay. Logging off.